innate immunity. So it is a basically ready to attack immunity. It functions by 3 steps. First is recognition of microbes and damaged cell from the body. Second is activation of various immune mechanism. And third is elimination of unwanted substance like infectious agent. So in these 3 steps it works. Now what are the components of innate immunity? So there are various components like cells, complement system, receptors, all these work together in innate immunity. Cells basically epithelia of skin, GI tract, respiratory tract, monocytes, neutrophils, dendritic cell, NK cells, all these cells play important role in innate immunity. And component of complement systems like defensin and catechin. Then various receptors, they are known as a pattern recognition receptors. They are 2 types, soluble and surface receptors. Epithelia of the skin and GI tract, so they provide mechanical or physical barrier to microbes from external environment. It also produces antimicrobial molecules like defensin. Subepithelial lymphocytes present in below the epithelia, they play important role against the microbes. Coming to cellular receptors, microbes contain certain components which are required for their infectivity, and these components, microbial structures, are known as a pathogen-associated molecular patterns. Injured or necrotic cells also release molecules known as a damage-associated molecules. The cellular receptors that recognize these molecules are known as a pattern recognition receptors. Phagocytic cells, dendritic cells, and many epithelial cells express different class of receptor that sense the presence of microbes or dead cells within the body. These receptors includes toll-like receptor, node-like receptor, C-type lectin receptors, and Brigg-like receptors. All these receptors play important role in innate immunity. So as described in this diagram, these receptors may be present on plasma membrane, may be present on cytosome, or may be contained within the endosomal vesicles. Toll-like receptors, these are the membrane protein that recognize variety of microbe-derived molecules and stimulates the innate immune systems. And these receptors are present in various cells like macrophages, dendritic cells, neutrophil, NK cell, and mucosal epithelial as well as endothelial cells. So on these cells, these receptors are present. There are 10 type of various toll-like receptors which recognize different set of microbial agents. They are present in plasma membrane and in endosomal vesicles. Engagement of these receptors activates the transcription factor NF-kappa beta and interferon regulatory factor pathway. These 2 pathways are activated while engagement of toll-like receptor is there with various respective antigens. So this diagram shows how the toll-like receptor engagement activate the innate immunity. So here after engagement of this toll-like receptor, it induce signal transduction and activate the NF-kB and IRF pathway. Both these pathway synthesize various cytokines like tumor necrosis factor, interleukin 1 and E-selectin, which cause mechanism, and type 1 interferon produced by activation of this IRF pathway. So it has an antiviral property and it kills the virus which infect the cell. So this is how the toll-like receptor works. Second receptor is node-like receptor. So these are the present in cytosol of the cell, and it recognizes variety of substance like microbial products, product of necrotic cells like uric acid and ATP, and various substances like iron. So this is diagram shows how the node-like receptor works. So it convert into inflammasome after binding with this antigen, and it activate the caspase 1, which initially it is inactive, but after binding and forming inflammasome, it activate the caspase 1, which produce cytokine interleukin beta. So after this cytokine is produced, it induces the inflammatory reaction at the site of infection, and it produces phagocytosis of the infected cells and perform its function. Then other receptors include C-type lectin receptor, Reg-like receptor, and mannose-like receptor. This C-type lectin receptor, so it detects the fungal glycans and elicit inflammatory reactions against the fungi. Reg-like receptor, it has again antiviral cytokines it produces, and mannose-like receptor detect the mannose in microbes and induce phagocytosis of microbes or microbes infected cells. There are two type of reaction occurs in innate immunity: inflammation produced by various cytokines like tumor necrosis factor and interleukin-1, and second is antiviral defense mechanism. So type 1 interferon is produced by engagement of toll-like receptor, and it produces cytokines which degrade the viral nucleic acid and inhibit viral replication. Thus, against the viral infection, this innate immune system is also works. So this is the summary of innate immunity. So it presents since birth. No prior exposure is required. It exerts non-specific type of immunity. Hence, there is no memory cells are produced. Binding of various receptor with antigen initiate inflammatory reactions. Toll-like receptor play important role in innate immunity. Activation of NF-kappa beta pathway and IRF pathway produce various cytokines like TNF, interleukin-1 and interferon, which kill the various microbes. The innate immune response is able to prevent most of the infection. However, many pathogenic microbes which evolve to overcome the innate immune mechanism, and protection against this infection require more specialized and more powerful mechanism, that is known as adaptive immunity. So sometimes it is not possible that innate immunity works every time, but sometimes it not works. At that time, this adaptive immune response, it is crucial. Adaptive immunity, so it is a second line of defense and developed after exposure to antigen. So antigen exposure is must for adaptive immunity. This immune mechanism mainly consists of lymphocytes and their various products like cytokines. So all this system work together in adaptive immunity. It has basically two types: humoral immunity and cellular or cell-mediated immunity. So in humoral immunity, main role is of B lymphocyte or activated lymphocytes, or better we term known as a plasma cell. And cell-mediated immunity, it is mainly exerted by T lymphocyte. Either it is CD4 plus T cell or CD8 plus T cell. What is CD4 plus T cell and what is CD8 plus T cells, we discuss it later on. Now, what are the cells of adaptive immune system? The most important cells are T lymphocyte, B lymphocyte, NK cells, and antigen presenting cells. So, in adaptive immune system, there is role of antigen presenting cell is very crucial. Without antigen presenting cell, adaptive immune reaction not take place. There are various kind of antigen presenting cell like dendritic cells, macrophage, and B lymphocyte. Lymphocyte, as we discussed, it has a very important role in immune system or adaptive immune system. Based on their immunologic stimulus, they are divided into three types of cell: naive cell, effector cell, and memory cell. Naive cells, these are those cells, those who have not encountered any antigen. So these cells are known as a naive cells. So they are in normal resting phase. Once they encounter the antigen exposure, then they are converted into effector cells. And these effector cells have a crucial role in adaptive immunity. And after this immune mechanism is over, after elimination of all pathogens, some of these cells are converted into memory cell. Lymphocytes, these lymphocytes have a very important property, it is known as a lymphocyte diversity. Now, why this lymphocyte diversity is important? The lymphocytes specific for any antigen exist before exposure to antigens. When antigen enters, it selectively activates that antigen specific lymphocytes. So this is known as a clonal selection. That means there are thousands or lakhs of lymphocytes are there in body, but for a particular antigen, there are only few lymphocytes are there which receptors are reactive against those antigen. And once this antigen is encountered, and these selective lymphocytes are proliferated or activated, and this is known as a clonal selection. As per theory, there are 10 to 12 lymphocytes are there which are capable to recognize 10 to 7 to 10 to 9 antigens. The number of cells for any antigen is less than 1 in 10,000 to 1 in 1 million lymphocytes. That means the antigen specific lymphocytes are very less in number. Now what happens in clonal selections? It is explained in this diagram. Among thousands or millions of lymphocytes, only those lymphocytes are selected and activated which have a corresponding antigen, receptor for antigen, and these cells undergo proliferation and effector cells are produced. So this process is known as a clonal selection. And rest cells which do not have a appropriate receptors, they are not proliferated, they remain in their resting phase. T lymphocytes. So these T cells, it constitutes 60 to 70% of the peripheral lymphocyte pool. They are present in paracortex of lymph nodes and periarterial sheath of the spleen. There are three types of T lymphocytes: helper T lymphocytes, cytotoxic T lymphocyte, and regulatory T lymphocytes. Among these all T cells, 95% of the T cells, they have antigen specific T cell receptors. So this is known as a TCR complex, T is receptor complex. So this is the diagram which shows T cell receptor complex. This T cell receptor complex is made up of alpha and beta heterodimer which are bind with each other with disulfide link bond. Among with this alpha and beta subunit, there are two set of accessory proteins CD3 and epsilon chain 1. So these are there present in T cell receptor. Apart from these receptors, these chains, core receptors are there on T cells, namely CD4 plus and CD8 plus. Whenever there is core receptor CD4 is there, then this cells is known as a CD4 plus T cell, and if core receptor is CD8, then this cells is known as a CD8 plus T cell. So this core receptor is again required for signaling during the antigen binding. Apart from this T cell receptor and core receptor, another receptor is there for co-stimulator. It is known as a CD28 here. So all this make T cell receptor complex. And above this you can see the MHC molecule and peptide antigen. So for activation of the immune mechanism or T cell receptor, two signals are required. First signal is derived when peptide antigen presented by MHC molecule is identified by this T cell receptor, and signal 2 delivered when there is a binding of CD28 with co-stimulator CD80 and 86. So normally co-stimulator are not present or they remain very less in number when the antigen presenting cells present self antigen. But when foreign antigen is presented by this antigen presenting cell, then there is increased number of CD80 and 86 co-stimulator onto the antigen presenting cell, which is identified by CD28, and signal 2 is delivered. Small population of T cells express another type of T cell receptor composed of gamma and delta polypeptide chain, and this gamma delta T cell receptor recognize very small molecules without requirement of presentation by MHC protein. So here MHC molecule is not required in case of gamma delta T cell receptor. And these cells are found in skin epithelia, submucosa of GI and urogenital tract, and these gamma delta T cells play important role in innate immunity. During the antigen presentation, CD4 plus molecules bind to class 2 MHC molecules expressed on antigen presenting cell, and CD8 molecule bind to class 1 MHC molecules. Then B lymphocyte. 10 to 20% of peripheral lymphocytes present in superficial cortex of lymph nodes, spleen, tonsil and GI tract. B cell recognize antigen via B cell antigen receptor complex. After antigenic stimulation, B cells form plasma cells that secretes the various immunoglobulins which are mediators of humoral immunity. And these B cells also express complement receptors. So this is the diagram of B cell receptor complex. Here main protein is IgM which can bind with antigen, and another core receptor is CD21, and this IgM is bind with Ig alpha and beta subunit. So here again two signals are delivered. Signal 1 is delivered when IgM engage with antigen, and signal 2 delivered when CD21 receptor which bind with complement present on antigen. Antigen presenting cell. So this is a crucial cells in adaptive immune system. These antigen presenting cells are specialized cells which capture microbial antigen and present this antigen to lymphocyte for T cell receptor activation. Main antigen presenting cell is dendritic cell. So it has a two type, interdigitating and interfollicular. Interdigitating dendritic cell, it is a most important antigen presenting cell. It is located under skin epithelium and in the interstitium of the wall tissue. Within the epidermis, these are known as Langerhans cells. The follicular dendritic cells present in germinal center of lymphoid follicle in spleen and lymph node. Then innate lymphoid cells. There is some population of lymphocytes that lack T cell receptor but produce cytokines similar to those that are made by T cells. The innate lymphoid cells secretes interferon, interleukin 5, interleukin 17 and interleukin 22. The NK cells, it is also considered as first line of defined innate lymphoid cells. So these innate lymphoid cells, they do not have any T cell receptor, but they are able to produce certain cytokines. Now what are the function of these innate lymphoid cells? So identification and elimination of the stressed or infected cells. Second function is to produce various cytokines that help in differentiation of T lymphocyte into effector cells. Natural killer cell. So it is also known as a large granular lymphocytes because it contains large granules into the cytoplasm. These NK cells make up of 10 to 15% of peripheral blood lymphocytes, and they do not have any T cell receptor. Instead of T cell receptor, they have a activating as well as inhibitory receptors. And these NK cells have an important role against the viral infection and against the various tumors. These NK cells are identified by two receptor molecules which are present onto surface, CD16 and CD56. And this functional activity of this NK cell, it is regulated by balance between activating and inhibitory signals. So this is the diagram of NK cell function. So there are two receptors are there, activating receptor and inhibitory receptor. Here you can see this is the activating receptor and this is inhibitory receptor. Now what happens in normal situation? In normal situation, the self class 1 MHC present self peptide antigen. So when this class 1 molecule is presented, the NK cell, it bind with inhibitory receptor, not with the activating receptor. So there is NK cell is not activated. But what happens when this MHC class 1 molecule present foreign antigen? So when this MHC cells have a foreign antigen, then it bind with activating ligand, and it NK cell is activated, and these cells, infected cells, undergo apoptosis, and thus it induce the killing of infected cells. So this is how the NK cell works. NK cells also secretes interferon gamma, which activates macrophages to kill intracellular microbes. The functional activity of NK cells are regulated by interleukin 2, 5 and interleukin 20. This interleukin 2 and 5 stimulate the proliferation of the NK cells, whereas the interleukin 12 activates the killing of microbes and secretion of the interferon gamma. So this is how the functional activity of NK cell is regulated. Now another major component of adaptive immune system is MHC complex, major histocompatibility complex. It is also known as a HLA system. Basically, it is a peptide display system of adaptive immunity. So without this MHC HLA complex, adaptive immunity is not activated. So any foreign antigen, it requires presentation by MHC HLA complex system. Initially, this complex is discovered on surface of leukocytes. That's why it is known as a HLA complex. Later on, it is discovered on all nucleated cells of the body and platelets. That's why it is renamed as a MHC complex. It has a three class: MHC class 1 molecule, class 2 and class 3 molecule. MHC class 1 molecule, it forms a functional receptor on most nucleated cells. There are three major and three minor MHC class 1 genes on HLA. HLA-A, HLA-B and HLA-C is major class, and minor genes are HLA-E, F and HLA-G. MHC1 molecule, it is a heterodimer consisting of a polymorphic alpha chain linked non-covalently to a smaller non-polymorphic peptide chain known as a beta microglobulin. Extracellular region of alpha chain is divided into three domain: alpha 1, alpha 2 and alpha 3. Alpha 1 and alpha 2 domain form a cleft or groove where the peptide antigen bind. So this is the crystal diagram of this MHC class 1 molecule. Here you can see alpha chain is divided into alpha 1, alpha 2 and alpha 3 chain, and this alpha 1 and alpha 2 chain makes a groove where the peptide antigen bind during the antigen presentation. So this is again crystal diagram of this MHC class 1 and class 2 molecule. The function of this MHC class 1 molecule, it plays key role in immune response. In the cytosol of antigen presenting cell, antigens are broken down into peptide fragments. Peptide fragments are then transported into the endoplasmic reticulum, where they bind to the grooves of newly synthesized class 1 molecules, and then they are carried out onto the cell surface. The class 1 MHC molecules display peptides that are derived from proteins such as viral and tumor antigen, and that are located in the cytoplasm and usually produced in the cells and class 1 associated peptide, which are recognized by CD8 plus T lymphocyte. So this is the diagram which shows function of this class 1 MHC molecule. So whatever the infective agent or antigen is there, it is carried out into the cytoplasm of the infected cells, and in cytoplasm this microbial protein is unfolded and it is divided into peptide antigens. Here this peptide antigen enter into the endoplasmic reticulum, where it bind with this newly formed MHC class 1 molecule. So this alpha 1 and alpha 2 chain, it form the groove and it bind this peptide antigen, and after binding this peptide antigen bind this MHC complex, class 1 is released by endosomal vesicle and carried out onto the surface of cells, and it is presented to T cell receptor. MSC class 2 molecule. It is encoded in the region. It is called as HLA-D, and it is divided into sub-region HLA-DP, DQ and DR region. And this MSC class 2 molecule, it is displayed by macrophages, B lymphocyte and dendritic cell. Again, this MSC2 molecule, it consists of alpha and beta chain, both which are polymorphic. The extracellular portion of this alpha and beta chain have two domain, alpha 1, alpha 2, beta 1 and beta 2. So here this alpha 1 and beta 1 chain, it produces a group where peptide antigen bind. So again this alpha and beta chain, alpha 1 and beta chain produce a group where peptide antigen is bind. Function of this class 2 molecule. Class 2 molecules are expressed on antigen presenting cell of immune system, including monocyte, macrophage, dendritic cell, B lymphocyte and few neoplastic cells. The exogenous antigen enter in antigen presenting cell through endocytic pathway. They are degraded into peptide fragment in endosomes and bind to class 2 molecules. The class 2 molecules present antigen that are internalized into vesicles and are typically derived from extracellular microbes and soluble protein. This class 2 peptide complex is recognized by CD4 plus T cells. So this is the function of class 2 MSC molecule. Here, whatever the antigen is there, they carried into cytoplasm by endocytic vesicles, and MSC molecules, which is synthesized in endoplasmic reticulum, is endocytosed into this vesicle which contain peptide antigen, and in this endocytic vesicle, this peptide antigen bind with this alpha 1 beta 1 group, and it is presented onto the surface of antigen presenting cell where it bind with T cell receptor. So this is the diagram which shows function of MSC class 1 and MSC class 2 molecule. So both have a different mechanism for binding of peptide antigen to respective class 1 as well as class 2 MSC molecule. Then another set of molecule, class 3 MSC molecule, it encode for the complement component C2, C4 and protoportin factor B, tumor necrosis factor and lymphotoxin. This MSC class 3 MSC molecule is involved in susceptibility to autoimmune disorders like SLE. So this is a diagram which shows location of class 1 and class 2 MSC molecules. Now what is the mechanism of lymphocyte activation and immune response? So up till now only we discuss about the component or cells of the adaptive immune mechanism. T cell, B cell, T cell receptor complex, antigen presenting cell, MSC molecules, class 1 MSC molecule and class 2 MSC molecule. We already discussed how innate immune response is there, develops. Adaptive immune response, it has two types, humoral immunity and cell-mediated immunity. In cell-mediated immunity, this mechanism of cell-mediated immunity develops in many steps. First is antigen recognition by antigen presenting cell. Then after processing of this peptide antigen into the antigen presenting cell, they are presented by MSC molecules. Then after presentation, they activate the various lymphocytes. After activation, this lymphocyte undergo proliferation and differentiated into effector cells, and these effector cells produce various cytokines which eliminate the antigens. And last is decline of immune response and development of immunologic memory. So these are the steps of cell-mediated immunity. First is capture and display of microbial antigen. Microbes that enter through epithelia are captured by subepithelial dendritic cells. So it is known as a Langerhans cell. This dendritic cell then migrate into the draining lymph nodes. During this process, they mature and express high level of MHC molecules and co-stimulate. As I discussed earlier, in normal situation, the MHC molecules are not or very less synthesized, and co-stimulator which are present on antigen presenting cell, they are very less in number. But after binding with this antigen, they undergo proliferation. Then protein antigen, which are digested in antigen presenting cells, it generates the various peptides, and this peptide bind with MHC molecule, and antigen is presented by this antigen presenting cell to the T cell receptor complex. Antigens that are ingested from the extracellular environment are processed in endosomal and lysosomal vesicles and displayed by MHC class II molecules, and it is recognized by CD4 plus T cell. So those antigen which are presented by class II MHC molecule, it is identified by CD4 plus T cell. An antigen in the cytoplasm which are displayed by class I MHC molecule, and these are recognized by CD8 plus cytotoxic T cells. So those antigen presented by class II MHC molecule, they are identified by CD4 plus T cells, and those antigen presented by class I MHC molecule, these are identified by CD8 plus T cell receptor. So this is the diagram which shows how the dendritic cell capture this antigen and they migrate into the draining lymph node, and during this migration process, these MHC molecules are synthesized, and this antigen, it is fragmented into peptide antigen, and ultimately it is presented by MHC molecules. The microbe also elicit an innate immune response which activate T and B lymphocytes. This response activates antigen presenting cells to express co-stimulated molecules and secrete cytokines that stimulate the proliferation and differentiation of T lymphocyte. The principal co-stimulator for T cells are CD80 and 86 that are expressed on antigen presenting cell, and it is recognized by CD28 receptor which are present on T cell. The adaptive immune response result in the activation of complement system which generate cleavage products that enhance the proliferation and differentiation of B lymphocyte. The requirement for microbe-triggered signal 2 ensures that the adaptive immune response is induced by microbes, not by the harmless substances or self-antigen. So this is how the T cells and B cells are activated. So after binding with this antigen presented by MHC molecules, signal 1 is delivered, and whenever this co-stimulator bind with its core receptor, signal 2 is delivered and T cells are activated. Similar mechanism is there for B cell activation. After activation, cells undergo proliferation and effector cells are produced. So whenever there is engagement of CD4 plus T cells, the effector cells produced are type 1, type 2 and type 17 helper cells. It secretes various cytokines, and when CD8 plus T cells is activated, it is converted into cytotoxic T lymphocytes, and B cells converted into plasma cells after activation. Antigen presenting cells presents antigen with MHC2 molecules. It binds with CD4 plus helper T cells, and these cells are activated and secretes interleukin 2, and there is increased expression of high affinity receptor for this interleukin 2 cytokines. This interleukin 2 act on T cell cells and stimulates their proliferations. Some of these T cells differentiate into effector cells, type 1, type 2 and type 17 cells that can secrete different sets of cytokines. Type 1 helper cells, it produce interferon gamma which activate the macrophage and stimulate the B cells to produce antibodies. This antibody activates complement and coat the microbe for phagocytosis. Type 2 helper cells, it produces interleukin 4, 5 and 13. Interleukin 4, it stimulates the B cells to differentiate into IgE secreting plasma cells. So normally this plasma cell secretes IgM or IgG antibody. But this interleukin 4, it stimulates B cells to differentiate cells which secretes the IgE antibody. Then second, interleukin 5, it activates the eosinophil and mast cell, and interleukin 13 activates mucosal epithelial cells to secretes more mucus which expel the microbes. Type 17 helper cell, it produces cytokine interleukin 17 which recruit neutrophils and promote the inflammation. Mechanism of cytotoxic T lymphocyte induced cell death. When class 1 MHC molecules bind to intracellular peptide antigen and present this peptide antigen to CD8 plus T lymphocytes, these CD8 plus T cells differentiate into effector cell. It is known as the cytotoxic T lymphocytes. The principal mechanism of killing by this CTL is dependent on porphyrin and granzyme pathway system. The porphyrin and granzymes are stored in the granules of cytotoxic T lymphocytes and are rapidly released when these cells engage their targets. The porphyrin bind to plasma membrane of the target cell and promote the entry of granzyme, and this granzyme induce apoptotic death of the target cell. So this is mechanism, diagram shows mechanism of this cytotoxic T lymphocyte. So this porphyrin and granzyme have important role and it induces apoptosis of the infected cell. The killing of this virus infected cells is the main function of these cytotoxic T lymphocytes. It also induces killing of cells infected with intracellular bacteria, protozoa. It also helps in identification of allograft and tumor cells. Then second type is humoral immunity. So upon the activation of B lymphocytes, after binding with peptide antigen, these lymphocytes proliferate and differentiate into plasma cell that secretes different classes of antibody with distinct function. There are two mechanisms for activation of B lymphocyte. One is T cell dependent and second is T cell independent. T cell dependent mechanism, few antigen which are not able to bind to many peptide antigen receptor of B cells, they require help of CD4 plus T cells for activation. The B cells which also act as an antigen presenting cell, they ingest protein antigen, degrade them and display this peptide bound antigen with help of class 2 MHC molecules or recognition by helper T lymphocyte. These helper T lymphocytes express CD40 ligand and secret cytokines like interleukin 2 or an interferon gamma, which work together to activate the B cells. So this is the diagram which shows activation of B lymphocytes. After activation, it secretes the plasma various antibody by conversion into plasma cell. Then second pathway is T cell independent. Here many polysaccharide and lipid antigens have multiple identical antigenic epitopes that are able to engage several receptors on each B cells and it activate the B lymphocyte. The characteristic of this response are, it generates weaker immune response, no memory cells are generated, only IgM antibody is produced, and immunity produced by this mechanism it not last very long. So this is the diagram of province which shows humoral immunity mechanism. So here this B lymphocyte, after binding with this antigen, they are activated either with T cell dependent pathway or T cell independent pathway. After activation of these B lymphocytes, they are converted into plasma cells, and these plasma cells secretes various antibodies like IgM antibody, IgG antibody, or also it produces high affinity IgG antibody. So this is mechanism, it is known as the affinity maturation. And after activation of plasma cells, it also secretes the IgE antibody. So this production of this IgG antibody, it is known as a class switching. So normally plasma cell not produce IgE antibody, but upon activation these plasma cells produce IgE antibody. So this is known as a class switching. All these antibody, either IgM, IgG, high affinity IgG or Ig antibody, all these helps against the various microbes. How they eliminate the microbes? They induce neutralization of the microbial toxins. They can cause opsonization and phagocytosis of the infected cells. They also induce antibody-dependent cytotoxicity with help of NK cells, and it kill the infected cells. They also activate the complement system, and it induce complement dependent lysis of infected cells by help of C3b receptor. So this is how the humoral immunity works. Then after elimination of the pathogens, there is a decline of immune response. After microbes are eliminated, all effector cells die by apoptosis. Thus, immune system returns into normal resting phase. The initial activation of the lymphocytes also generates long-lived memory cells, which may survive for years after the infection is over. The memory cells are produced, and these cells are the extended pool of the antigen, which are specific to certain organisms, and response of these memory cells on re-exposure is faster and more effectively when exposed to antigen than to naive T lymphocyte. So on summary, immune system, it is a basically natural defense mechanism against various infectious agents. Innate immunity includes epithelial barriers, phagocytes, NK cells, plasma proteins and its receptors, which produce inflammatory reactions by activation of the various pathways like NF-kappa beta and interferon regulatory factors. Adaptive immune response. Here microbes and their foreign antigens are captured by antigen presenting cells, transported to draining lymph nodes, where these antigens are recognized by naive lymphocytes by help of receptor complex like T cell receptor complex. These lymphocytes are activated and proliferated and differentiated into effector cells and memory cells. CD4 plus T cells are activated and they are converted into effector cells known as the helper T cells, which induce inflammations by production of various cytokines. CD8 plus T cells also kills infected cells via their enzyme porphyrin pathway and destroy the infected cells. Humoral immunity, it is mediated by antibody and it is effective against the extracellular microbes. Antibodies secreted by plasma cells, either they neutralize microbes or block their infectivity and promote the phagocytosis and destruction of pathogens, and antibody also confer passive immunity to neonates. So this is all about how our immune mechanism works. Thank you very much.